Lampasas.
The exhibits lining the gymnasium floor are the product of months of work, or at least that's the way it is supposed to go. Part of the history class for all 8th graders here, the fair shows individual and group projects for grades and honors. Assignments went out the second day of school this year to allow enough time to prepare, but not everyone goes after it right away.
And of course, most people didn't start till the last week or the last 2 weeks, but it usually takes a couple months for good ones and a couple weeks for mediocre.
Part of the national competition, the theme here is triumphs and tragedies, and an example is a collection of newspaper reports of the 1957 Mother's Day flood. The destruction was widespread, but the town rebuilt better than ever. Winners here go on to district and state competitions, hopefully ending up in the nationals. Scott Abrahamson, Newswatch 6, Lampasas.
Well, you may have noticed a few changes in our anchor.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the History Fair for 1985. Gene Varner, along with Terry Riley on the camera, and Jan Van, who is in charge of this. All of this confusion here, you're in charge of.
That's right.
And how many years has this been going on now?
This is the 4th annual History Fair.
4th annual. And what is the theme of this year's fair?
The theme for this year is triumphs and tragedies in history. And the students were able to pick any topic where they could show a triumph and a tragedy of that topic.
And about how many entries do you have this year?
We had about 110 projects and about 25 historical papers, and we had one performance.
Where is the performance?
It is here in the gym. It is the triumphs and tragedies of the Kennedy family.
Oh, well, that takes a lot of time right there, doesn't it? Well, we're going to start over in the corner.
Okay.
And we'll just kind of work our way around and take a look. And I guess most of the exhibitors are here then.
Yes, we hope to have everybody here.
Okay, we'll try to get everybody. And you said there's a story behind the quilt behind us.
Yes, there is. Gladys Dixon is the art teacher at the Lampasas Middle School, and this quilt was prepared by her middle school art students, the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and they have displayed them here to add a little bit to our history fair.
About how many squares are there? Have you counted them?
No, I haven't counted them.
Looks like each one has the student's name on it, as well as some theme of Texas.
Yes, they do. Cornelia Key is going to use this quilt also for the Texas Sesquicentennial celebration.
Yeah, that's not very far. Is that going to be the theme next year?
Well, it might be.
All right, Jan, we thank you very much. And we'll just start over in the corner and work our way around.
That'll be fine.
Thank you. And we'll be back in just a moment with the first of the exhibits. Well, our first exhibit, and look what we have right on the table. Who's going to talk about this exhibit? Big John. Okay, John. Tell us what your exhibit is.
This ain't my exhibit. We're just doing it.
Okay, what are you doing?
Playing poker.
You're playing poker.
Trying to.
Who's winning?
Me. I am.
You must be the cheater of the bunch.
Yes, I do the dealing. That's why I win.
Oh, what's your name?
Wade Chapman, Charlie Wolf, John Smith, David Griffin. We call him Wild Bill. Then.
Are you ladies part of this too? No, okay. We'll get to the pretty ladies then. Give me your name.
Sheila Simpson, Tracy Smithers.
Come in here and tell me who you are.
Billy Bewley.
Thank you, ma'am. Are you making sure they don't cheat? Good. And let's see. Let's go over here, and we're just going to have to show you this one because the people aren't here. Is he? Where is he? Oh, excuse me, Clint. Okay, excuse me. Give me your name.
Click and Alice.
And what's the theme of your exhibit?
Rodeo.
Rodeo.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
tell us a little bit about it.
Well, there's not much to say. I don't really know what to say.
Where'd you get all the things that you're showing?
Well, most of it's mine, and I got some of that bronc rigging and some of that stuff from my boy Sean O'Bannon, and everything else, Ronnie Bumpus, everything else is mine.
Did you win that trophy?
No, sir, that's Ronnie Bumpus.
Oh, are you a rodeoter?
Right, a little bit.
A little bit?
Try to.
That's a mighty nice exhibit you got there. Where'd you get all the pictures?
Oh, out of magazines and stuff like that.
All righty. Where are you?
Oh, right there.
Oh, on the one on, now, I don't know whether we can see that or not. We'll have to take a look at it. Thank you, Clint.
Thank you.
Nice exhibit. Now, let's see where... This must be yours. You look like a Bond, aren't you?
Yes, Kevin Bond.
Okay. What's putting your exhibit, Kevin?
Texas Gushers.
Texas Gushers. Okay, you got kind of a vested interest in this, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Did you get all this information from your dad?
Most of it.
Texas just fell down. Tell us a little bit about the early part of the oil industry.
Well, those pictures were my great-grandfather's pictures of some of his wells. And, you know, they made some people a lot of money, but then again, you know, a bunch of people went broke.
How'd your grandfather do?
Oh, he did all right.
He did all right? Good. Okay, we'll let you get back and put Texas where it belongs. Thank you. Very nice exhibit. Now, we got another one. Let's get over here so we can see you now. Don't hide out of the light now. Tell us who you are first.
Becca Simmons, Tammy Tidwell.
Who's going to tell us about it? She is? Okay. Second. All righty. What is the theme of yours?
The Mother's Day tragedy. It was about the Lampasas flood in 1957.
Okay. And let's see, you have an old copy of the, what is that, the Temple?
Oh, they're different papers.
Just Lampasas?
Lampasas, San Angelo.
Where'd you find all those?
Mrs. Marshall Wooten.
That's the kind of exhibit I'd like to come back and look at and read. I've heard so much about that. I wasn't here at the time, but I've heard about it. It's a very interesting exhibit. Thank you. Now, let's see if we can get over here and... Let me get over here. I'll get on this side and you get on that side. Yeah. Okay. We got our mic cord. Now, first thing I want you to do is tell me who you are.
I'm Danielle Tucker. I'm Robin Brown.
And who's going to do the talking? Okay. Tell us about your exhibit.
Oh, what?
Your exhibit.
Oh, okay. Robin, I'll let you do that. You did most of it. Okay. This is on Helen Keller and the triumphs and tragedies of her life. And go ahead. I don't know anything. You did it. we just looked up all the triumphs and tragedies of her life and put it on the project.
Did you find it interesting?
That really was.
Well, good. Looks very nice. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Nice carpentry work there, too.
Thank you.
Thank you. This must be yours. And first of all, give me your name.
James Buckton.
Right. Now, what? You stand back just a little bit. Let me get over here. No, come over here. Come back where you are. We want to be able to get it in the picture. There you go. Now, tell us about yours.
This is the first Battle of Bull Run. It was in Central Virginia in the first battle of the Civil War. General McDowell commanded the Union forces, and Beauregard and Johnson commanded the Confederate forces.
Who won this one?
Confederates did.
Confederates did. But they got over that, didn't they? Well, that is. Where did you get the information to make your layout?
Well, I wrote Manassas Battlefield Park in Virginia. I checked some books out of the library.
Looks like you put quite a bit of work on that.
I started in the 6th grade when I first brought the figures, the men, but I didn't paint them every day.
Oh, you've been working toward this for quite a while then.
Yes,
well, very good. And I see you got a blue ribbon. What prize did you win?
First place.
First place? What category?
Individual project.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Oh, how many do we have in this one? Oh my gosh. Okay. Start off with your name.
Jetty Cartman. Bradley Johnson. Brandon Roberts. Lewis Snell. Lee Wigginton.
What do you got in your jaw there?
I got some.
Lee what?
Wigginton.
I thought you looked like a Wigginton. Okay, now, tell you what let's do. Kind of spread back. Who's going to do the talking? Okay, I figured.
I'll do it for a while.
I figured if the Wigginton was around, he'd be doing the talking. Okay, tell us about your exhibit.
Well, we did mining, searching for underground treasures. The reason we decided to do this is it seemed like it'd be interesting, and we felt like it'd be pretty challenging, and it'd be fun.
Did it turn out that way?
Pretty much.
Everything but fun?
Yes.
Yeah. That's very good. I see you got some ribbons there, too.
Well, participant.
Oh, those participant ribbons. Well, by golly, there are people that don't get those, aren't there?
No.
No? Everybody gets one. But you have to participate.
Yes.
Looks like your buddy over there has been down in the mine.
Yeah, he's been. Yeah.
Oh, you parked your mule at the house. Well, good. Very nice exhibit. Thank you. Yeah, let's see if we can. Do we have somebody for this one? Let's see. I don't see anybody coming over to either one of these. Let's see if I can pick out a name. This one is by Shelley Smith, and the title of it is The Berlin Wall. And you can see the Berlin Wall right down here and all kinds of different things and pictures on the wall there. Very interesting. Now, let's get over to the Cholton Railroad. Is this yours? Well, come on in here. Now, turn around here so you come right over here. There we go. Now, first, tell me your name.
Susan Morris.
Hi. How are you? And what's the theme of your exhibit?
What do you mean?
What's your exhibit about?
Oh, the Cholton Railroad of Lampasas County.
Oh, I didn't know they had a Cholton Railroad here. How long ago was that?
It was in 1911 and 1921.
Just lasted those few years? Mm-hmm. Where did it run?
It ran from over in Lomita to the Bend and back.
Was that all?
Mm-hmm. And they carried cedar posts.
Oh, I see. So was there a mill over there?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you decide on this one?
Well, I don't know. I just decided.
That's the best way.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. So it had a lot of good triumphs and tragedies. So,
very good. That's real nice.
Thank you.
You do all that by yourself?
No, my boyfriend's doing this with me, but he's not here right now. So.
Oh, okay. What's his name?
Ricky Berry.
Okay, we've got to give him some credit too.
Okay.
All right, Susan, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we finally got ourselves organized. First, give me your name.
Rusty Goodman.
Okay, and what's the theme of your exhibit?
The theme?
Yeah, what's it about?
Tragedies. Oh, the Hopi and Navajo relationship.
So you've got quite a number of arrowheads.
Yes, sir.
You collect those all yourself?
No, my dad.
Yeah.
We both.
Was it interesting?
Yes, sir.
So you got a red ribbon down there.
Yes, sir.
What was it for?
Took a place.
In what category?
Individual.
Second place individual. You did all this by yourself?
Yes, sir.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Well, let's see if we can get right over here. I don't see. This one was called Lampasas Once a Resort, and it's Lee McFarland, Molly Mosley, Amy Sewell. And I don't see any of the ladies here for this one. But we do see some pictures of Lampasas as it was many years ago, back when it was a resort. Okay, first of all, give me your name.
Paul Brown. Warren Thornton.
And who's going to do the talking?
He is.
He is. Okay, both of you. Okay, first I'll pick on you since I'm over here. What's the title of yours?
Life and Time of Sam Houston.
Life and Time of Sam Houston. Notice you got a picture of the Alamo. What's the significance there?
Whenever he fought at the Alamo, defended the Alamo, defended our country.
I see. And the drawing of Sam there, who did that?
Me and Warren.
Both of you together?
Yes.
Well, good. Well, thought maybe you had something hidden over there. What'd you learn about the Alamo that we don't normally know?
I don't know.
Did you know everything it was about it before you did it?
No.
Did you learn anything about the Alamo you didn't know? Okay. Well, I tried. Very nice exhibit. Thank you, boys. We'll get over to these good-looking girls. Who all's in this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All you think? Okay, first of all, let's start off. Give your name.
Shanley. Dory Montgomery. Debbie Pantana. Gary Johnson. Becky Schneck.
Okay, who's going to tell us about it? Okay. Well, let's back up a little bit so we can see just a little bit of it. And I'll get over here, and you can tell us about it.
Okay, well, it's about alcohol. And, well, what do you want me to tell?
Well, just what is the idea behind it? What are you showing?
It ain't good enough. It's not good to drink. And you shouldn't drink it.
Are you an expert on not drinking?
No.
You better be an expert on not drinking.
Oh, I
Where'd you get all your information?
Out of an encyclopedia and from my parents.
That's a pretty good place. All of you did. Very good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Now let's get over to this. Who belongs to this one? Okay, come on over here. First, give me your name.
Fawn's family. Michelle Hilton.
Okay. Who wants to tell me about it?
I guess I will.
Okay, let's get back over so we can see it.
Okay, this is about Hitler. Yeah, the Holocaust.
The Holocaust. You just got a few pictures. Where'd you find all those?
Well, we went to the library, and we got a whole bunch of books and just ran on pictures. That's where we did most of our research.
And you have to write a paper about it, too?
Yeah. They're right there.
What kind of grades did you get, or do you know yet?
We don't know yet.
You don't know yet? Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're off on the other side of the aisle this time. First, tell me your name.
Melanie Garrett.
Hey, Melanie, what is the central idea behind your exhibit?
Well, I wanted to show the people what happened in the Asiatic Pacific area and what happened then. And it was not as open, not as many people thought about it as much as they did about Europe.
That's very true, particularly back in the 41 through 45 area.
Yeah. And it was later, and since it was farther away, not many people, it was kind of excluded from the rest.
So you're here at the exhibit all by yourself, but I believe you had some other girls help you. Who were they?
Mona Salazar and Georgia Batchelor.
All right, very good. We want to give everybody credit. Thank you very much. Now let's see if we can get over here, and we're in very close quarters, as you can see. Oh, now I like these.
I'm Melinda Lowry, and this is Shelley Harris. Hello.
Shelley Harris.
Herod.
Okay. Shelley. All right. Who's going to talk about it?
Okay, I'll go ahead and talk.
Okay. Why don't you come over on this side so we can see you. Don't you get out of the picture.
Okay.
Okay. Tell us about it.
We did a project on cancer, and as you can see, we did a lot of research for the pamphlets and everything, and we feel that it has brought us closer to cancer by knowing about it, by all the pamphlets and reading them and studying them, and that we think everybody should know about cancer because it affects everybody in the way of life and everything.
That's very true. I had a very good friend at work who just found out he had cancer of the thyroid about last week. But they think he's going to be okay. What can you do is there anything special you can do to avoid cancer?
Well, it depends on what kind of cancer you have. If you can get cancer from the sun, and you can just get cancer from smoking. You can get breast cancer and everything, and from eating the right foods you can prevent cancer. And there's just different ways, and like that pamphlet tells how you can get cancer and what forms it, like from a single cell, eating the other one's nutrition. And we just had a friend die from cancer, and it really touched all of us. And so we all wanted to learn more about it to prevent it. So there's just different ways you can prevent it, like the 7 ways, the 7 signals.
Very interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back again. Tell us about your, first of all, tell us who you are.
I'm Amy Archie.
Okay. And tell us about your project.
I did my project on Mahatma Gandhi because he achieved India's independence from Britain, but he encouraged to do it non-violently and not to kill people or anything.
Find it a real interesting subject to research?
Yes.
Do you have any trouble finding information?
Well, yes, there's not very many things on it, and it's not a very common thing to do.
Did you watch the movie and take notes?
Well, I watched part of the movie, but that was a long time ago.
Don't you wish you'd watch better now, don't you?
Yes.
Very nice. Thank you. Looks like we're back in the corner here. Let's first of all, how many do we have on this one? 5. Heavens to Betsy. Okay, let's start over here. John Williams.
Philip Mattis, Eric Alton, Jason Stoneberg, Randy Gill.
I'm not even going to ask you, Randy. Okay. Tell us, who's going to talk about it? All of you. Okay. Tell us about yours.
Well, we started by getting some pictures and stuff out of magazines, and then we started building this fort, and we got some pictures of the fort, and then we wrote up all this to last.
Did they have AstroTurf back in those days?
Did they have what?
AstroTurf.
Yeah.
Where'd you find all the pictures?
We found some of these in Texas Highways magazine and some others in newspapers. And
Tell them about the newspaper we found. We found a newspaper from, what was it, the Dallas Fort Worth Star Telegram with an article about Cynthia Ann in it. We just cut it out. That's what we got. We got that picture right up there at the top.
we got a book right here.
It was very interesting. You guys did a good job. You had a lot of help too, didn't you? You really ought to send him to the barber shop. Now, hi. We all set there? Okay. First, tell me your name.
Brianna Richardson, Tracy Green.
Now, who's going to tell us about it?
I guess I will.
Yes, you will? Okay. Tell us about your project.
Well, this is St. Mary's Episcopal Church. And St. Mary's was built in 1874, and it became a mission in 1873. And it was a mission until 1952, and then they petitioned to become a parish, and they did. And we had a centennial on November 9th, 1974.
1974?
Yes.
Well, we're 110 years old then.
Yes, sir.
Has the church been in that building all that time?
It's been in the building, and just last year we redid the roof and some of the work inside, but it's been the same ever since.
That's very interesting. You have any trouble finding information about it?
No, not really. We had a lot of information in the church files and from the church library.
Good. Very good. Very interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, here's our next exhibit now. First of all, tell me your name.
I'm Joyce Leonardo, and this is Tracy Barton.
There you go. Now, let's see. I'll tell you what, Tracy, if you'll come over on this side, maybe we can get a little bit better view of the project from where the camera is. Who's going to tell us about it?
I will.
Okay.
What am I supposed to say?
Well, just tell us what the project is and...
It's Warriors of the South, Comanche Indians, and what else did I say? I don't know.
What about the doll or the girlican or whatever you call that?
Well, that's how the Comanche Indians, they dress, the women dress like that, and we had, I rented the mannequin, and I borrowed that from a little girl, and we just dressed up like an Indian.
That's very cute. Were the Comanches really as mean as people think they were?
Yes, sir.
They really were.
Well, in fact, they were brought up that way, so we really couldn't blame them because that was their own culture. And so, in fact, they thought of us rather strange.
Yeah.
So we couldn't blame them.
They were just doing what comes natural in.
Yes, sir.
And you got the TP too.
Yes, sir. I made that.
You made that.
Yes, sir.
That's very nice.
Thank you.
Very interesting exhibit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, we're rolling. First of all, tell me your name.
Jason Hiltzebiddle.
Hey, Jason, what is the idea behind your project?
It's explain why the first oil well
And where was first oil well?
in Titusville, Pennsylvania.
Oh, well, in Pennsylvania. Oh, I thought this was supposed to be about Texas.
It's in Pennsylvania.
That's why they call it Pennsylvania crude, huh?
Yeah.
Where'd you find your information?
From the Drake Well Museum and my grandfather and from the Titusville Herald.
I see a red ribbon over there. What was that for?
Second place.
In what category?
Individual project.
Individual project. Well, congratulations. Very good. Thank you. Hey, now, first of all, tell me who you are.
I'm Robert Vincent and Matt Lundgren.
Who's going to tell us about the project?
Okay, we made our backboard and we decided we're going to do our project on Vietnam. And I have some pictures that my dad took when he was there. And we built, got some cutouts, major stuff. We had a model, but it was vandalized. So. Yeah, someone tore our model apart. Kids that come by and hit it.
Oh, you talking about the helicopter?
Yes.
Well, that's a shame, because looks like a very good model.
It was.
It was. Well, that's too bad. These are pictures that you say your dad took when he was in Vietnam.
These here, yes.
What about these over here?
These are cutouts that we got that had anything to do with the subject, just to use for take up.
Very interesting. Thank you very much. We'll see if we can move over here and talk to your buddies. Well, here comes the crew. Let's see. No, don't get in front of it. Don't get in front of the exhibit. We'll see whether we see you or not. First of all, give me your name.
You can know, folks. James Hall, Pony Raven.
Who's going to talk about it? You are? Okay. Tell us about your exhibit.
Well, it's mostly about the Depression and back in 1929, back to those days.
Where'd you get all your information?
Mostly from research books and interviews.
I know you probably heard about the Depression, but then when you did your research, did it turn out what you thought it would be, or was it different?
Different, very different.
Worse or better?
Worse.
Worse. Well, let's hope we don't go through another one. Thank you, boys, very much. Now, let's see. First of all, give me your name.
Holly Kendall. Virginia Queen.
And who's going to tell us about your exhibit?
Both of us.
Oh, okay, you start, Holly.
Well, and we started out on a project. We didn't know what we were going to do for sure, but then we talked to Miss Beyond and we decided to do it on the trials and triumphs of adoption and foster care. And I thought I picked my part of it because my sister's adopted and I want to find more out. That was fun.
What about you?
Well, I thought it was really interesting. I thought, well, maybe one day I might want to adopt some kids, and I thought I should research about it too and learn more about it.
You know all about it now.
I think some of it, yeah.
Pretty involved process, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. That's very interesting. Thank you very much. Now, let's see if we can move over here. Oh, okay. You get over here with me. You stand over there. And first of all, introduce yourself.
Robin Harbin. Debbie Formby.
And who's going to tell us about your exhibit? Okay.
Okay, it's the Battle of Gettysburg, and we decided to do it because we wanted to be different from everyone else, and I don't know.
What's the big hill there?
Oh, it's the mountains. We got this picture, and it's the mountains of the battlefield of Gettysburg.
When you had some kind of an idea about the Battle of Gettysburg when you started out.
Yeah.
After you did your research, did you change your mind about it? Did you find out things that you didn't know about it? Or?
Well, we found out things. We found things out about it that we didn't know, and well, we wanted to do something in the Civil War, but so that's the turning point. So
that's very interesting. I see two other ribbons. Did you have some help?
Uh-huh.
Who's not here?
They're over there.
What are their names?
Kim Thomas and Tanya Gressett.
All right. I just want to give credit to everybody that had a part, even if they won't show up. Thank you. Now, who we got on this one? Four of you? Okay. What's your name?
Michael Mayfield.
Remy Cardini.
Tommy Hunter. Ken Murray.
Okay, who's going to tell us about it?
Me.
You? Tommy Hunter, okay. Well, you'll stand right over here so we can see what the exhibit looks like. Tommy, you tell us what you got.
Well, we got the atomic bomb, and we chose this topic because we thought it'd be a good topic to go over.
Where'd you find all the pictures?
At the public library.
Did it turn out to be more fascinating than you thought it would be when you started out?
Yeah.
It started out a long time ago, didn't it? Thank you very much. Now let's get over here to the young ladies that have the next one. Now let's see. I believe we can start now. First of all, I want to know who you are.
Lisa Mendez, Tracy Loveday, Julie Canales, Elaine Matthew.
Who's your name tag? Okay, who's going to tell us about your exhibit?
Me.
Okay, her. Now, I'll tell you what. You come over on this side, and Julie, if you'll back up a little that way over here, so we can get a view in and see what the exhibit's about. Okay, now tell us about it.
This exhibit is at my house, the Cotton House, and what else?
And all of those old cans and things come out of there?
Right, everything came behind, and there's a barn behind the house, and the Cottons have left everything there, and so we had fun, we dug through there and everything. It was interesting, it was really fun.
How old is the Cotton House?
Well, it was completed in 1916, so it's pretty good. It's in pretty good condition considering what it's been through. You know,
It's got quite a history, doesn't it?
very much.
That's very interesting. Thank you. Looks like you guys have been swimming upstream. Okay, first of all, give me your name if you can.
David Cox.
Chris Florio. Okay, and who's gonna tell us about it?
Yes. I guess
We're on your side. You tell us. Just tell us about your exhibit.
Well, our exhibit started when we decided that we'd do this back when we had the paper, and we decided that we'd be able to do most of it together. And what we did, we started on one side of it, and he had the pictures in the newspaper, and we just started going over the pictures out of books and everything, using more and more books, and taking it to the printers and getting the printers out, and then we just started putting it all together and seeing how it looked, and finally we just resulted of this, and that's how we ended up getting the first place.
Well, I was going to say, I see a couple of blue ribbons down there. What are they for?
Winning the first place on we believe on the, how would I say it, the look of it, and how well it was organized.
That's very interesting. Aren't you a little young to be a lieutenant colonel?
Well, it was just part of the act.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Is this yours? All right, come over here. Are you in this all by yourself, or you got some help? Okay. All righty. First of all, tell me your name.
John Smith.
John Smith. That's a likely story. Okay, John, tell us about yours.
Well, what do you want me to tell you about?
Well, just tell us about your exhibit.
Well, I made the backboards of some boards my dad got from a barn we tore down. This gun over here is one of the guns that my dad made. One of his guns. And this is an old gun, about 100 years old, we bought off somebody. And this is an original Colt revolver. It's 123 years old.
You said it's a Navy Colt.
Yeah, it's an original. It has engravings on the cylinder here.
What about those horns up on top?
Well, these horns were killed in the 1880s. This is one of my great-great-uncles. And this is the side mount. All these pictures. Yeah. And this is a picture of a hanging in Gatesville we got from my uncle. We found it in an old newspaper station. And all these pictures I got out of a couple of books I checked out of the library. I read a report.
You got your report.
Yeah, reports over here. Got a report on the gun. That's about it.
Oh, look like you put in a lot of work.
Well, it wasn't really real hard. It was fun.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
That's a very good exhibit. Thank you. Appreciate it. I think we got all set up here. Now, first of all, give me your name.
My name is Bernard Lee.
Okay. Tell me about your exhibit. What does it show?
Well, this project is about ending some tech in this war. It's about ending war, how to fight to get their land back.
You know, we see a lot about cowboys and Indians on television and things like that in the movies. Were they really as bad as they show, or were they worse?
I guess they were.
Yes, they were worse. Of course, they were just fighting to get their land back, weren't they?
Yeah.
That's very interesting. You did a good job. Thank you. Okay, fellas. I'm going to stand on the side so we can see your exhibit. We don't care about seeing you. First of all, give me your name.
Ronnie Aikens.
20 Wild.
Okay. Who's going to tell us about it? You are? Okay. We'll get over here then. Tell us about your exhibit. What did you start out to show?
Well, we started out, we wanted to, we were interested in cowboys and Indians, the way they were fighting and everything. And we got our information from encyclopedias and library books and pictures and stuff, old pictures.
Did the cowboys and Indians really fight like they do in the movies?
They fought fiercer.
Fiercer.
Yes.
Is that right?
Maybe.
Are you made up like any particular type of Indian, or are you just made up?
Well, most of the Comanche.
They were mean, weren't they?
Pretty mean.
Mean.
Not the meanest.
Are you a lot meaner than the cowboy?
I guess.
Okay. Thank you. All righty. You young fellas on this one?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. Let's get back over so we can see it. Who are you?
John Puffermoller.
Jerry Garrison.
Hey, who's going to tell us about it? Me. You are. Okay. Okay, tell us about it.
Well, the reason I picked airplanes is because my dad's a pilot and I like them. If I could, I'll have my license and I'll fly my own, but
What does he fly?
helicopters, Hueys and stuff. He's in the Army.
Okay. Is that a Huey there in the middle?
No, it's a police rescue copter.
Oh, okay.
I'm not too sure about the other two.
Well, it looks like
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it looks like that little silver one is a racer, and that one on the other side looks almost like a Bel Air Cobra from World War II. That's like they were doing that when I was in your age. Okay, what about the picture in the middle?
Well, that I got from a life book. It's Epic of Flight, and I got that out of that. And I had some more, but they wouldn't fit. And I got the other two from the same book.
It's very interesting to play. Get back here where we can see you. Thank you. Now, who we got on this one? Okay, come on over here. There, can you swing around? Swing around a little bit. Okay, we're going to back up so we can look in there. Okay, first of all, let's tell me who you are.
Miranda Wynn, Gary Wilson.
Okay, who's going to tell me about it? Okay, what do you have here?
We have different types of POW camps, and we have some stuff about what they wore and the different areas of captivity. And over here shows interrogation and the gardening and the different pictures of the POW camp. And this is a POW bracelet. And this is in Fort McClellan, Alabama, and they found some POW art behind the walls in the family, and they fixed it up.
What type of POW camp is this?
Vietnam POW camp.
What about this one?
This is like in the out of the, in the, not the swamp or anything, that's the jungle, and this is like in a field or something.
I see. They had a rough go, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Very interesting. Yeah, first tell me who you are.
Lisa Dindo.
Okay, Lisa, what's the theme of your project?
The battle that changed the Civil War, the Battle of Vicksburg.
The Battle of Vicksburg. What can you tell us about it?
Oh, it was a battle that decided the Civil War, and it changed it was a big turn point in it, and it decided who was going to win.
Who won?
The North.
The North, okay. Just wanted to make sure the North still won. You've been in the South so long, I'm beginning to wonder. Where'd you get your pictures?
I went to Vicksburg, Mississippi, and took them.
That's very interesting over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
You ready? Okay. And I see a blue ribbon down there. What was that for?
I got first place, like, individual. And I guess individual project, yeah.
Well, I guess since you did it by yourself, it must be individual. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, if we... Thank you, Jeff. We good? Okay. You guys just stay right there. Okay. Yeah. Come right around here. Okay. First tell me who you are.
I'm Brian Lancaster. And I'm Jeff Lynch.
Okay. Who's going to tell us about the project?
Well, I did these things. I did the drawings and the boards, and he's done all the pictures, and he did the report.
What's the general theme of your project?
We reached the moon.
What?
We reached the moon.
Oh, that's a very interesting subject, isn't it? Did you have fun doing it?
Yes, we had a lot of research to do, and yeah, we had pretty fun doing it.
That's a very interesting topic you got there.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, first of all, tell me who you are.
My name's Wade Chapman.
Okay, Wade, what's the general theme of your project?
Rodeo. It's all about rodeo.
Are you a rodeoter?
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite event?
Calf roping.
Calf roping. You pretty good at it?
No.
You gonna get better?
We better.
Get better. Okay. And then you got a red ribbon down there. What was that for?
Second place.
In individual?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. You did all this by yourself?
Yes, sir.
That is really neat. Did you win those trophies down there?
I won one of them. My little sister won the other one.
You're even up at 1-1. Okay, so they'll get ahead of you now.
I put hers down there because they look just alike.
So you got a very good display. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, who's this? This you? You guys? Okay, back up over there so we can get a look at it. And first of all, can you see it okay, Tess? Give me your name.
Steve Marias.
Mike Wagner.
Okay, who's going to tell us about it? Who?
I am.
You? Okay. Tell us about your project.
It's about Chief Joseph. He's a great chief of the Nez Perce Indians.
The what Indians?
The Nez Perce,
Oh, I don't think I've ever heard about them. Where are they from?
Oregon.
In
From
Oregon.
the Walla Walla Valley.
Uh-huh. What, were they ferocious Indians like we hear so much about?
No, they were very friendly.
Uh-huh. We don't hear much about that kind, do we?
No, sir.
What'd you find out about them that you didn't know?
Well, that they were very friendly, and that when people came up to them, they were very friendly towards them, and the other people, the other white men would be very mean to them.
Uh-huh.
They'd be mean.
Some people are that way, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
Very interesting. Thank you. Well, I want you to tell me who you are.
I'm Tina Moore. I'm Annalisa Kellum. Wendy Hughes. Phil Wigginton.
Okay. Got another Wigginton. Now, what's the theme? Who's going to talk about it? Okay, let me get this is pretty neat. I get to get over here in the middle of everything. Okay, what's the theme of your project?
Triumphs and tragedies of John F. Kennedy's life.
Oh, that must have taken a while for you to cover all of that.
Yeah.
What did you find out about him that you didn't know?
That is a first Roman Catholic, and a lot of little details.
What kind of went back a long way, didn't they? How far back did you go?
So when he was born?
Just John F. Kennedy, you said.
Yes.
You didn't go back to his father then?
No.
They had some back then, too.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's see. I thought I saw a blue ribbon. What was it for?
First prize.
What category?
Performance.
Very interesting. Where'd you get the pictures of significance, or just to dress it up?
Just dress it up.
Okay. Very interesting. Thank you, girls. We got one here that's just for fun. What's the matter? You girls didn't put a project together? Oh, you did. This is something else. Okay. First of all, tell me who you are.
Lydia Somerville. Becca Simmons. Regina Rogers. Tammy Tidwell. Smith.
Okay. Now, what are you gals doing in here?
Wait for the flood.
Waiting for the flood. The May 12th flood in 1957. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? So you think it's gonna rain? Okay. Well, you got your radio, and you got the bird with you, and you got somebody to paddle in the back. Looks like you're pretty well prepared. Good luck. I need somebody to kind of keep track of it because what we're doing is we're going down this way and you feed it out. Just kind of feed track out of it as we go. You don't have to let me have this part, huh? Looks like we're rolling. Okay, who are you?
Shane Brown.
Who's your buddy over here?
Oh, that one on that card is John Garner. That's David Cox. And the guy on the crutches is Chris Florio.
He was doing a little better when I talked to him down the way. Okay, tell us about your project.
We're doing the triumphs and tragedies of war. And right now I think we look more like the tragedies.
Looks like you picked on the tragedy part of it.
Yes, sir.
Where'd you get all this camping stuff?
Well, that car over there's mine. And these two cars right here belong to John Garner. And this thing right here belongs to David Cox. And the rest of it just owned wherever we got owned. And I brought most of the bandages we have.
All right. I hope you recover soon. Thank you. All right. So now, who do we have here first?
Vincent Bryant. Brian Wagner.
Looks like you got a gold medal there. Who's gonna tell us about your display? Okay, tell us about it.
Well, it's about Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in the Olympics in Berlin, Germany.
What year was that?
1936, I think.
A long time ago, wasn't it? Where'd you find all your information?
Well, mostly at CTC, Central Texas College, and our school library and public library.
Took a lot of research, didn't it? Where'd you get the medals?
My brothers,
Your brothers. Where'd he get them?
he won them.
What'd he win them for?
Run track,
Running track. All righty. I see a couple of red ribbons down there. What are they for?
second place,
In what category?
group project.
Group project. Well, congratulations. You guys got a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you. We had you a minute ago, but tell us your name again.
Shane Brown.
Okay, what is this display?
It's about Vietnam, the war that changed America. And
You did this all by yourself?
yes, sir, I got 3rd place.
Third place.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Where'd you find all this stuff?
Well, I got all these pictures out of Soldier Fortune magazine, and I have all these books. I'm in a book club, and I just get these books out of the book club. And this shirt, and this hat, and these patches belong to a friend of mine who was in Vietnam, Rob Hatchell. And they were just got the guns. They AK-47 and M16 they used in the Vietnam War.
Like you got quite a bit of bunch of information there. Very good. Congratulations on your 3rd place.
Thank you.
Let's sneak over here. you the picture? Oh, you want this? Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know where you were. Okay, first of all, tell me your name.
Yvette Valdez.
Now, tell us about your project.
Well, it's the Lyndon Banks Johnson family, and I thought maybe it'd be a good project to do because they were a real close family and everything. And he was the only president that I know of that was from Texas.
See there, let me get over here out of the way. No, you come back over here so we can talk. Okay, now, how many people do you have on that family tree?
Well, I didn't really count on anything.
It's like quite a bunch.
Yeah, I did.
When you went back and checked on the family tree, did you find anybody hanging from it?
No.
No, nobody hanging from the tree.
No.
Okay, I guess they weren't bad then, were they?
No.
Let's see. Okay. Just wanted to check.
All right.
Thank you. Very interesting. Do you know who has this one?
No, I
They're
don't.
not here. Okay. We'll just kind of run around right over here. Come on this side. Over here with nothing. What's that? You're on camera.
Explain this right here.
Yeah, let's get on this side then. There we go. You don't want to cover it up when you reach across. Okay, first of all, give me a name.
My name's Gonzarati.
And what's the theme of your project?
Pearl Harbor and
Okay. Now, you said you wanted to explain a diagram, so if we can get Terry to zoom in on it real close, you can explain it to us.
Okay. Now, when the Japanese, when they came in to Pearl Harbor, they destroyed many of the ships along right here in the beginning of the canals. And they came in and they destroyed all these ships right here. And due to that, these were all, blown up. The ships cannot escape. And many of the ships in here that I did not diagram were also blown up. And with this payback, the Americans, they decided to blow up, to destroy the Japanese fleet at Truk Lagoon, which is right here. And they came over, they came in and they blew up many of its important ships and blew up 300 of 365 aircrafts that they had there.
That was really a bad day, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
It's a very interesting display. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the one we skipped by here a minute ago. First of all, tell me who you are.
Johnny Matthews.
Okay, Johnny, tell me about your display.
This is the killing of the American buffalo. And me and Billy West and Sean, we couldn't think of nothing to do, right? So the teacher told us to do it on the buffalo. And we did all this research, and we finally got our model put together today and brought it up here.
Just in time.
Yeah, just in time.
You say, I see 3 ribbons down there. You must have had some help then. Who helped you?
Billy West and Sean Horsham.
Okay. Sorry they're not here to join us. Thank you. Well, tell me who you are.
Pam Beckley. Trina Snyder.
Okay. Now, who wants to tell me about your display? Now, okay. Start talking. What's the general theme of yours?
World War II.
In general, the whole World War.
The beginning.
The beginning, okay. Where did you get your information?
Encyclopedias and books about the war.
What did you contribute to the project?
The drawing mostly.
They're very good. Where'd you get the models for them?
Out of encyclopedias and stuff.
That was a little bit before your time, wasn't it?
Huh?
That was a little bit before your time, wasn't it?
Yes.
Just a little. That's very interesting. Thank you.
Get over here, girl.
Who's in the corner? Oh, right. Now, let's see what. Let's see what's coming out over here. Because we want to see your display as well as seeing you too. Okay. Oh, we're rolling. My goodness sakes. Okay, first of all, tell me who you are.
Melissa Halsey.
Okay, Melissa, what's the major theme of your display?
He was America's greatest athlete.
Oh, Jim Thorpe. And what do you have on the board back there? All those different feats. What were some of them? See, he did pretty good in the Olympics, didn't he? What did he take first? How many times did he get first place?
8
8.
About 8, yeah, and in third place and fourth place too. And he was a terrific football player, wasn't he? Yeah. In fact, you remember how long ago that was?
In the 1900s,
1900s, early 1900s.
the real early ones.
Yeah, that's back when they had leather helmets in them. And some of them didn't wear helmets at all. Thank you, Melissa. First of all, tell me who you are.
I'm Stephen O'Malley.
Okay. And what's the theme of yours?
The theme is the pyramids of Giza, pharaohs of Egypt.
Egypt. How many pyramids are there over there?
Well, there's 3 main ones and 3 little ones for the tombs of the royal families. 3 big ones for the kings.
Oh, so the older the king, the bigger the pyramids, or how did they decide how big to make them?
Well, the way they made it was, just depends on how powerful the king was, really, how he wanted it. You know, like, okay, this is the tomb of the Pharaoh of Makari, and this is the tomb of Pharaoh of Khufu, and this is the tomb of Karafi, and this is just tombs of the royal families of each of them.
The only one that I really know about is King Tut. How did he fit in there?
Oh, he was buried in a cliff in the Valley of the Kings, but not in here. This one's better known as the Great Pyramid or the Pyramid of Cheops.
What did you make your pyramids out of?
Well, I made a mold out of cardboard, and then I put some plaster of Paris over them and took a knife and etched out the blocks.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very interesting. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Is this yours?
Yes.
Okay. Come on, just turn right around here. We want to make sure we get to see your exhibit as well as your smiling face. What's your name?
Lance Solis.
Okay, Lance, tell us what's the idea behind your project?
Well, I had to change because, well, in one way it helped the farmers, and in another way it hurt the Indians. So I figured that'd be a good triumph and tragedy.
That's right. What's that big spike you got back there?
That's a replica of when the East and the Western railroads met, and they drove in the last spike.
Very interesting. You did a lot of work there, didn't you?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Okay,
Good job. We'll just swing right around here. Tell you what, why don't you come over here? Maybe we won't block out too much of your exhibit. First of all, tell me who you are.
Jane Fraser.
And as we can see, your exhibit is about Pearl Harbor, the Pearl Harbor attack. Where'd you find all your information?
Out of books that I got on cruises that I took in Hawaii.
Have you ever been to Hawaii?
I lived there for 2.5 years.
Oh, you've been there then? This is really a great place to live, as they say.
No.
It isn't? What's the matter with it?
There's nothing to do.
Why, you can go to the beach?
That's it.
That's it, okay. I guess after 2.5 years, going to the beach can get old. Did you go around and visit all of the historic places from Pearl Harbor?
Yeah, we went and seen the ships that were sunk and where they were remodeled.
There's still some there?
The Arizona.
Can you see it, or is it below the water?
It has part of it above the water.
You got everything all fixed up now, though.
Yeah. Make it look neat.
You got all the holes filled in.
Yeah. All the bones not floating around anymore.
Well, yeah, I'm glad to hear that. That'd kind of mess up the beach, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Jane. All righty. First of all, tell me who you are.
I'm Tamara Gray. Shannon Tinsley, and there's another girl, Elizabeth White, but she couldn't be here.
Well, we're sorry Elizabeth wasn't here. Tell you what, if you would, why don't you come on this side? You stay over here. You sneak right in there, because we want to be able to see your exhibit, too. Way back in the corner. Now, tell us about, let's see, the Kiowa Indians, some of the burial. Can you tell us a little bit about your display?
Okay, we have the burial on this side, the still living, and over here we have the dances and the hunting. Here we have, let's see, there's 4 warriors up, and we have the burial of the warriors and the burial of the chiefs.
Was it true when the Indians got too old to be of any use, they just took them out and let them die?
If they were too old and they couldn't do anything, they'd put him up on that. They'd put him up on, let's see, I guess 4 posts, and they put him in bed, and then they burn him.
Kind of gave you the incentive to keep in good health, didn't it?
Yeah.
Now, where did the Kiowas live mainly?
Oklahoma and Texas.
Were they ferocious too?
No.
No? Somehow I thought the Kiowas were mean.
No, they hung around with the Apache and they were with Apache, and then they got into a war and they went back to the Comanche, and then they went back to the Apache. So it really wasn't them; it was who they were with.
They just hung out with bad company, huh?
Yeah.
Are you an authentic Indian breast?
No.
No?
No.
Looks authentic to me. You could have said yes, and I believe you. Very good. Thank you. First of all, tell me who you are.
Jeannie Porter,
Okay, Jeannie, what's the main theme behind your project?
the constructing of a business. It's about constructing.
You had a kind of a personal interest in it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's about constructing a business, and my dad, my grandfather owns the business. I thought I'd get a lot of information off of that.
Did they help you out?
Yes, sir.
What type of construction do they do?
They pave and they do dirt work and everything.
Do they travel all over the place or just local?
Just local.
Very good. You get all the pictures from them?
Yes.
Very interesting. Thank you. The next one, first of all, tell me who you are.
Sherry Stevenson, Cynthia Edwards.
And who's going to tell us about your project? They always say that one. Okay, Cynthia.
Well, we picked it because we thought it would be interesting to learn about barbed wire, and plus we knew it'd be the only barbed wire that's here. So.
How'd you know?
Because Mrs. Van had a list of names and stuff, and there hadn't been very many in the past. So.
I'm not really that up on barbed wire, but it seems like there are just jillions and jillions of different kinds.
Well, I had a book, and I think it said that there's about 1,000 different kinds.
How many do you have?
I didn't count them. I think there's about 13 here.
Where'd you get the samples?
I got some from Mrs. Lee Van and some from my grandfather in Kansas.
Way up in Kansas, too. Looks like most of it. What? I see one over there that's quite a bit different than most of you see. What's the story behind it? Do you know?
No, in the book I got, it didn't have a story behind it.
That's really a different looking flyer. I guess we all feel about the same when you fall on them, though, don't they? Thank you very much. Now, who do we have here?
I'm Charlie Wolf, and I'm David Griffin.
Okay. You two worked on this together? Okay, who's going to tell us about it?
She is.
He is, okay. One of you start talking. What's the main theme behind it?
The Kennedys had a lot of tragedies. A lot of people got killed and a lot of triumphs when they were a lot into politics.
Now, you have a copy of the register from, where is that? Santa Ana, Orange County, California.
Yes.
That was when Kennedy was assassinated. Where'd you get that?
My mom kept it when she got it the day after or something like that.
Did you do a lot of research in this? Where'd you get most of your information?
At the public library.
Who made the coffin?
Oh, I bought it from the funeral home. My mom works there.
Oh, I see. That's a real funeral, real coffin there. That's very interesting. You guys did a good job. Thank you. Who's in here? Don't cover up your display. Keep back in front. You don't mind if I keep you backing up there?
No, it's fine.
She can't back up. She can't stable. But first thing you know, you'll be on here with the seat. We're rolling. First off, tell me who you are.
I'm Liddell Somerville. Lisa Smith.
Who's going to tell us about it? Lisa? Okay. Let me get over here. Now, what's made and clean about your display?
The Mother's Day disaster.
What was that?
What?
What was the Mother's Day disaster?
It was a tragedy in Triumph.
Okay. Well, what happened on Mother's Day?
There's a flood in Lampasas.
Oh, that was way back in
1957.
57. And where did you get the pictures over there on the side?
Mrs. Wooten and Liddell Somerville's grandmother.
Oh, yeah. Boy, there was a lot of water in Lampasas, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Was anybody killed in that flood?
5 people.
5 people. Well, I guess from all the water, that 5 people is not all that bad. It was a tragedy, but it looks like it could have been more.
Yes, sir.
Where'd you get all of the old newspapers?
From Mrs. Wooten.
You didn't keep them yourself, did you? That's for your time.
I wasn't even born.
What caused the flood? What caused the flood? I think
The
besides
rain.
too much water.
We didn't have any flood control dams around the area, and now we do.
Have you had any flooding since the dams and things were put
No,
up?
sir.
They work pretty good then, don't they?
Yes, sir. That's a triumph of our project.
There's your triumph. Okay. Thank you. Very interesting. Thank you very much. Now, who do we have here? First of all, let's move over so we can see. There, we want to get a good view of your project. First of all, tell me who you are.
I'm Tracy Rogers.
Okay. And I see that your project has to do with the Civil War. What part of it?
Petersburg, Virginia. The Battle of Petersburg, Virginia.
Battle of what?
Petersburg, Virginia.
Okay, I know people are here, but I couldn't hear you. And was this a significant battle in the Civil War?
Yes.
Who won? Not the war, but I mean the battle.
The North.
Who?
The Confederates.
Oh, the South won it. So they won the battle, but they lost the war.
Yeah.
What was the significance of this battle?
They made a big hole and they got in it and they just got in it and shot everybody. I don't know.
And I hope we can get all the ladies in. Let's start over on the far side. Who are you?
Molly Mosley. Amy South. Leah McFarland.
And first of all, I know you're going to do the talking, right? Okay, but I'm going to go over here and find out about this costume. What are you dressed up as?
One of the persons that goes in the spring.
Uh-huh.
Purpose. They burned it on purpose.
On purpose? Why'd they do that?
After the hotel, it became a college, and a college president had it burned.
Well, it's an interesting way to do it, isn't it? I felt like burning a high school down at one time, but somebody beat me to it. Now, there's another building that I know people have seen this one. What is it?
It's a little hotel that was connected with the Keystone Hotel.
Oh, Did you find out a whole lot of history about Lampasas when you do this?
Yes, we found out that some people were either drowned or murdered in some of the springs. And we found out about the pavilion and the Park Hotel, of course.
Find that interesting?
Yeah, it was. It was really interesting. That's why we decided to do it.
Especially when you found the bodies in the spring. Okay.
That's a picture of the spring, and that was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago? Where is that spring?
It's in the bathhouse by the swimming pool.
Oh, I see.
Here's the hostess house when it was first built.
That is really interesting.
That's a check.
A what?
A check from the park itself.
Oh, a check. I'll be doggone. You have a lot of interesting things here. Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now, we're going all the way back to Hawaii. We had some ladies, a little girl over there a while ago, a lady over there a while ago, young lady. She said she lived there for 2.5 years. And you tell me that you are Hawaiian.
Yes.
First of all, before we get into all that, what's your name?
Sherry Pakita.
Okay. And you were, born in Hawaii?
Yes.
How long have you been here?
I've been here for about 11 years.
11 years. Yeah, you didn't stay in Hawaii very long.
No.
Okay. Tell me about your display.
My display's over Hawaii, and I really have been researching it because I was interested in Hawaii and its history. And most of these displays are, you know, from my mom and stuff. And the newspapers that are on here were sent directly from Hawaii, from my grandmother.
Your grandmother's still in Hawaii?
Yes.
Have you been back over there since you've grown up?
No, we're going in August.
Oh, that ought to be a lot of fun. What about all the, you know, they've had quite a bit on the news recently about the volcanoes. What about them?
Because they keep on erupting, and they haven't erupted for quite a while, and then they just started erupting again. And plus, there's two in just about the same spot on the big island of Hawaii.
Which island are you going to?
Oahu.
Oahu. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, when you get over there, be sure to send us a postcard.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. There we go. You even stuck right in here. Go back so we can see your display. I think somebody tore your display all up. Oh, excuse me. Tell me who you are.
Regina Rogers.
And what is the theme of your display?
In the water tank.
In the water tank.
It's dealing with the 1967 flood.
Did the flood come suddenly, or did it just kind of come up and give people a warning?
Well, it started raining, and it rained from about 11 to 6:30 during the day, and it started rising and rising and rising.
How deep was it down on the square?
And it was pretty high. I didn't get an exact measurement.
Did it get up into the second story, do you know?
Where beautiful collections used to be, it got up to about 3 feet in there in the building.
Oh, that's deep enough. So your display just shows all the mess that the flood made then. Mm-hmm. Did you have a hard time making that mess?
No.
No? Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All righty. Who we got here? Both of you or just you? Both of you. Okay, first of all, tell me who you are.
Richard Watt.
What? Troy Young. Okay, Troy, come on over here so we can see. We want to see all these bones you got in there. Okay. Tell us about it. The title is Control of the White-Tailed Deer. Tell us about it.
Well, people long ago they killed out almost all the deer, the Indians and the pioneers. And then now they're all plentiful.
Oh, we got deer all over the place now, don't we?
Yes, sir.
Do we primarily just have the whitetail in this area, or is there more than one species?
Well, mostly white-tailed deer, sir.
Are you a deer hunter?
Yes.
Have you ever killed one?
Yes, sir.
Any of these black short? What's the red tag around it? Is that holding it together?
Yes, sir.
Did you break it?
No. Okay.
Are you a deer hunter?
Yes, sir.
Any of these racks yours?
No, sir.
No. You got a rack at home?
Yes, sir.
Very interesting. Hey, I see you got a white ribbon down there. What's it for?
We won third place.
In what category?
White-tailed deer.
In what? What category of the fair? Group project? Oh, like that? Group project. Well, congratulations. Very good. We got another Civil War story here, but we got a different battle, I believe. First of all, tell me who you are.
Joey back here.
And what is the theme of yours?
Battle of Gettysburg.
Who won the Gettysburg battle?
The Union.
The Union. I'm from Indiana, so I'm kind of a displaced Yankee. I finally found one battle that the Yankees won. Everyone that I've talked to so far, the Southerners won. So what was the Battle of Gettysburg a turning point in the Civil War?
I believe so. It was the beginning of the end of the Civil War.
Well, it was probably a turning point then. And Gettysburg is where?
In Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Okay. And you have some pictures of generals up there. Who are they?
General Robert E. Lee and Meade, General Meade for the Union.
Were they combatants at Gettysburg?
Yes.
They commanded the other armies. Was Gettysburg a particularly bloody battle?
I believe so.
By their standards. Have you ever been to Gettysburg?
No, sir.
No? Do you think it'd be interesting to go see in person what you Found out about it? Probably so. Very good. It's a very colorful display you got there. Must taking a lot of work.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. Good job. Here we go. First, tell me who you are.
I'm Jessica Darwin. Here's Samara.
And your project is on ancient Greece, and you dressed up like Greek goddesses. Can you get the shoes? There we go. Okay. Now, who's going to tell us about it? That's what I thought. Okay. I'm over here, so you can tell us about it.
Okay, it's
What is the triumph and tragedy part of ancient Greece?
well, the trumpet is that it's pretty and everything. The tragedy is it's broken down and it's old and everything. Yeah, it's a resource and stuff.
Where'd you find your Greek pottery?
My mom and dad went down to Greece.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's genuine stuff, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't come from downtown here, though.
No.
And where'd you get your picture of the whatever that is?
Look at that. It's the Greek. It's Athens. The whole Athens.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I don't read Greek. It's all Greek to me.
They got it in Greece. They got most of the stuff in Greece. They got the flower and Greek gods over there, and the map and everything. That's about it. They got some Greek.
I see 3 ribbons, and there are only 2 of you here. Did somebody else help?
Yeah, she did, but she's not here today.
Who was that?
Rachel Sanchez.
Okay. Well, we're sorry she's not here to enjoy us dress up like a Greek goddess too. All right. We thank you very much. Now you can put your jacket back on. First of all, tell me who you are.
My name is Marla Phillips.
And we're going to talk about Vicksburg, right? Civil War. And you're all dressed up like a Civil War lady. A very pretty one, too, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, what about the Battle of Vicksburg?
The Battle of Vicksburg was actually the turning point of the Civil War because the Mississippi River, which is Vicksburg's right on the Mississippi River, is actually the river of the nation. The supply line went through it from the north and the south, and whoever controlled the Mississippi River basically controlled the war. And when the Union forces under Grant captured the city, it cut off all the supply lines from the food source in Texas to the troops in the deep south, and thus they were able to kind of starve the other team to surrender because they couldn't get their supplies, they couldn't get ammunition, they couldn't get anything.
Well, it was very important, wasn't it?
Yes, very important war.
Where'd you find all your information?
Well, my family and I went to Vicksburg a couple years ago, and we picked up all kinds of pamphlets and books, and that's basically where I got my information from.
Were you planning ahead when you picked all that up?
No, it's souvenirs.
That was a good thing to pick up, though, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
And I see a blue ribbon. What is it for?
It's for the overall first place of the whole show.
Of the whole show? Well, we saved the best for last time.
I guess.
Premiere. Well, it's very colorful, and you did a lot of work on that drawing. I can see that.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we've got another Texas Ranger display. Not the baseball kind, but the fighting kind. Tell us, who are you first?
Wesley Bagsby.
Okay.
I'm Robert Tucker.
Robert Tucker. Now, who's going to do the talking?
I guess I am.
So, yes, you are? Oh, okay. Start talking. Tell us about your display.
We decided to do it because we saw other people do it through the years, and we thought we could do it kind of like they did. So we did it. And
where'd you get all the weapons?
well, we got the rifles right here from Danny Carroll. No, not Danny Carroll. Who was it? Yeah, Roddy January. And we got this from Danny Carroll right here. And we got the gun right here from Dick Battle.
What is that up there, the big pistol?
Oh, it's a Smith & Wesson 44 caliber.
Like used by early outlaws and lawmen, it says. Everybody uses it.
Everybody, I guess.
It's like a wicked weapon, it isn't it?
Yes. And we got handcuffs from the police department and spurs from, who was that? Bachelor.
We have, what do we have here? Explain to me.
This is the historical papers.
Okay, now first, now we know we got historical papers. First of all, I want to find out who everybody is.
I'm Andrew Bettle, Jennifer Hendricks, Heather Murray.
Now, all over the whole building, we have all kinds of different projects and things like that. And you have historical papers. What do you have in your historical papers?
It's mainly just research and writing and all sorts of stuff.
All sorts of stuff. What'd you do your research on?
Jim Thorpe.
Jim Thorpe. Uh-huh. Okay. I know him well. How about you?
I did mine on the Battle of Midway.
Battle of Midway. That was quite a while ago, too. How about you, Heather?
Amelia Earhart.
Amelia Earhart. Oh, wow, flyer. You have my own heart there. Have they ever figured out what happened to Amelia?
No, they never did figure out what happened, but there's a lot of theories about what happened to her.
What's the most generally accepted theory?
That she was an American spy and that she got captured by the Japanese.
What'd they do with her?
They shot her.
Oh, that's the way it is with spies, isn't it? Okay. And about how many people did historical papers?
Oh, I don't know.
Looks like it must be 20 or so. Just all kinds of different subjects.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, which one is yours, Heather? Oh, okay. I should have known. I saw it with Amelia Earhart. And we have a first prize in what category?
Historical paper.
Historical paper. How about you? You got first prize.
Yeah, we tied for first prize.
Oh, I was wondering how we had two first prizes. You didn't get first prize, did you?
No, I got second.
Oh, you got second prize. I wondered why everybody wanted it. Hey, that ribbon just kind of matches your shirt, doesn't it? There you go. Okay. You learned lots of interesting things when you did your research?
Yes, sir.
Well, Jim Thorpe was quite an athlete, wasn't he?
Sure was.
Think he'd be as good as he is? Or was?
I don't think so.
You don't think?
Because he didn't practice for his. He had his own system of going along with the thing, and when it was his time for his event, he went, but he did not practice or work out or anything.
Just natural athlete.
Yep. One time he high jumped 5'9" for his first time in overalls.
You think he could do that good these days?
He's dead.
I know, but I mean if he were alive today.
I don't know.
If he were the same age today.
Yes, I do.
You think so?
Yeah.
You gonna shoot for it?
Yeah, you bet.
You gonna go for it? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Found out that Coach Cox had a little bit to do with this too.
Well, I didn't have a whole lot to do with it. Miss Van set it up. She's done a real good job with it. If it hadn't been for her effort and her expertise on this, we wouldn't have had as successful history fair as we have. I was in the dark on it more or less, and I was just following her, and she deserves the credit. She did a tremendous job.
Well, this is my third one, and 3 out of 4 is not bad average, and I'm continually amazed at what kids come up with.
They are creative, and I was very happy with the way this turned out, the way the kids responded, the way they came up with the projects, the way they worked at it. I really didn't know how it was going to turn out because they hadn't talked a whole lot about it, you know. And then all of a sudden here they come in with their parents, and this is the thing that I'm impressed with is that whenever we started setting this thing up and they started bringing those projects in Sunday afternoon, mothers, daddies, sisters, brothers, grandmothers, all came in, they pitched in, they worked as a family unit, and this is one of the things that I was really impressed with, that the parents care of what their kids are doing, and it's very obvious with the turnout that we had tonight, and it's tremendous. It's above my expectations.
Yeah, it's a real job to get around in here. I know that for sure. When we talked earlier, one thing we forgot to mention who the judges were.
Okay, we had 3 judges this year. Lucy Walker, that's Mrs. Johnny Walker, was one of them. Mr. O.S. Bradley, and Kelvin Keel, who is from Burnett. He's the president of the school board in Burnett. And we want to thank them. They did a great job.
I don't know how in the world they could ever make a final decision. They had a tough job.
Yes, they did. It took them 4 hours of hard work to come to the decision that they did.
Well, I'm glad it was them and not me. Really did. Well, I noticed that over on the other side now they're beginning to take the displays down and take them home. What do the kids do with them when they get them home?
Well, the winners and even some projects who did not win here will go on March 30th to our district fair in Copper's Cove. And then hopefully we'll have winners there and go on to Austin in May to the state history fair.
And then what?
If they win at the state fair, they get to go to Washington, D.C. to a national history fair there.
All right. There's something really to shoot
Yes,
for.
there is. And they get a $1,000 scholarship if they make it to Washington.
What does the winner get?
That's a good question, other than the money and the prestige.
I don't. Maybe the winner might have gotten a bigger scholarship.
No, everybody that gets to go to Washington gets $1,000.
Well, that's good. That's really something to shoot
It
for.
is. And we have a good group of kids, so hopefully we'll be there maybe.
Well, good. Well, really, thank you for inviting me. We enjoyed it.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate it.
Of course, by the time they see this, you'll already know it, but we're plan on showing it at 6:30 on Wednesday evening at 6:30. So you might kind of pass it around so everybody can see it.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. You bet. Well, that's going to pretty well wrap it up for the History Fair for 1985. And we really got to thank Terry on the camera because he has really had a load to lug around here. And all I had to carry was the microphone and talk to all the kids. So it's been my pleasure. Thank everybody for inviting us. And hope you've enjoyed it. And don't forget, from time to time, we'll be back with various other things. So keep your eye on Channel 5. For Terry behind the camera, this is Gene Garner thanking you for being with us. And don't forget, join us for the Spring Hope Parade come summer.